In the headlines for this hour on VTV News, Vietnam affirms global green leadership at P4G summit. And Vietnam-Ethiopia enhance cooperation. And the United States raises tariff up to 245% on Chinese goods.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello, it's 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi. You're watching VTV News. The party's Central Committee, Politburo, and Secretariat convened a national conference in Hanoi on Wednesday to discuss implementing the resolution adopted at the recently concluded 11th plenum of the 13-party Central Committee. Top leaders from the party, state government, and National Assembly attended the event.
The hybrid event connected more than 21,000 locations across the nation, including municipal and provincial party committees, ministries, agencies, and local units at district and commune levels. In his keynote address, Party General Secretary To Lam emphasized that the recent 11th plenum marked a historic milestone, setting breakthrough decisions for the revolution's next phase.
We must establish the highest level of political will in leading and directing the implementation of the resolution of the 11th plenum. This must be viewed as a true revolution, streamlining administrative units and advancing reform and innovation for the development of the country.
On issues that require special attention, the party chief emphasized the importance of reorganizing administrative units and building a streamlined two-tier local administration. He acknowledged that this policy would inevitably impact the sentiments and emotional ties of cadres, party members, and the people, a natural response, given that every Vietnamese person carries deep memories of their hometown, the place of their birth and upbringing. Also discussed were tasks for the upcoming party congresses at all levels and the 14th National Party Congress. The party chief stressed that it is essential to provide strong and focused leadership to ensure that the organization of these congresses is carried out with rigor and discipline, in full accordance with Directive 45 of the Politburo.
I would like to highlight the need to place greater emphasis on the preparation of documents. In some localities, there are signs of neglect, with too much focus placed solely on personnel arrangements. Provincial and municipal party committees must lead and facilitate thoughtful, in-depth, and effective discussions on the viewpoints, goals, policies, and strategic directions outlined in the draft documents of the 14th National Party Congress.
Looking ahead, the party chief acknowledged the demanding and urgent tasks ahead. He called on all members to maintain unwavering determination in achieving the goals set forth in the resolution of the 11th plenum, thereby establishing a strong foundation for the 14th National Party Congress.
Following Wednesday's conference on implementing the 11th Party Central Committee's resolutions, officials, party members, and citizens across the country expressed strong support viewing the newly adopted policy as historic decisions. Many voiced hope these policies will open up new development opportunities and benefit the public.
The speeches by party and state leaders on Wednesday morning helped us gain a clearer understanding, ease our concerns, and strengthen our support for the party's decisions.
I believe that without the restructuring of the apparatus, we wouldn't have been able to reach higher goals.
With the upcoming plan to reduce the number of provinces and centrally governed cities from 63 to 34, and cut 60 to 70% of current communes, many have called this a revolution.
Plan 47 of the Central Committee outlines 121 specific tasks. This plan isn't measured in weeks. It breaks down actions by the day, detailing exactly what needs to be done each day to complete all 121 tasks. The roadmap is clear and being implemented with urgency.
party members and the public believe the 11th Party Central Committee's resolutions will streamline the system and benefit people and businesses.
I'm particularly interested in streamlining the organizational apparatus. A leaner system would reduce budget spending on public contributions, freeing up resources for economic development.
The fourth Partnership for Green Growth and the Global Goals 2030 P4G Summit officially opened in Hanoi on Wednesday. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm and Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính attended the summit. Also in attendance were leaders of various countries, international organizations, scholars, experts, and business representatives worldwide.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh welcomed world leaders attending the Fourth Partnership for Green Growth and the Global Goals 2030 P4G Summit. This year's summit brings together over 1,000 delegates from 46 countries and international organizations. Hosting the fourth P4G Summit once again underscores Vietnam's proactive role and strong commitment to fulfilling its international pledges on climate change mitigation and the transformation of its growth model. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm emphasized that Vietnam has identified that development goals must be grounded in principles of sustainability, inclusiveness, and harmony.
Vietnam is accelerating strategic breakthroughs to pursue fast, green, inclusive, and sustainable development. We are turning political commitments into concrete actions, fostering green growth through institutional reform, green technology, and a skilled workforce.
The Party General Secretary also affirmed that Vietnam's development aligns with global trends and will continue deepening international integration, as reflected in its hosting of this summit.
Hosting the fourth P4G Summit affirms Vietnam's role as a reliable partner, its commitment to carbon neutrality by 2050, and its efforts to promote international cooperation and amplify developing countries' voices in green growth and sustainability.
The Party General Secretary also expressed confidence that the summit will generate new momentum for green transition and sustainable finance cooperation.
Speaking at the opening of the fourth P4G Summit, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính emphasized that amid unprecedented global challenges, green transition and sustainable development are inevitable trends, top priorities, and strategic choices for nations worldwide.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh acknowledged that humanity's green transition has been a challenging journey, marked by both successes and failures. However, it has provided valuable lessons that will serve as a foundation for a greener, more inclusive and sustainable future.
Vietnam welcomes P4G's impactful approach to green transition through practical, inspiring projects. We call on P4G to further leverage its potential and strengths to truly become a global incubator of ideas and an international laboratory for sustainable development and green growth. Together, we share the vital mission of protecting our planet.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh emphasized that, alongside digital transformation, green transition is a vital, strategic driver for fast and sustainable growth in Vietnam. Developed countries must lead in delivering financial, technological, and institutional support, while developing countries should harness internal strength and effectively use external resources. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh then chaired a high-level discussion with global leaders and international organizations participating in person and online. Many leaders praised Vietnam as a model for energy transition and investment attraction amid global challenges. The Prime Minister stated that Vietnam will not pursue growth at the expense of sustainability. Earlier, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and international leaders and organizations attended a ribbon-cutting ceremony to open the Green Growth exhibition, which featured participation from numerous domestic and international businesses.
Receiving Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali during his official visit to Vietnam and attendance at the P4G Summit in Hanoi, State President Lương Cường congratulated the Prime Minister on the successful meetings with Party General Secretary Tô Lâm and Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính. The Vietnamese state leader believed the visit will bring the cooperative relationship to a new page commensurate with the political trust between the two countries. He suggested increasing high-level contacts and completing a favorable legal framework for agriculture, mining, electronic, telecommunications, and digital transformations cooperation. The Ethiopian Prime Minister hopes that Vietnam will share its agriculture experience, helping ensure sustainable food security. Meeting with the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, National Assembly Chairman Chen Tengman proposed increasing exchanges and cooperating more closely to work towards sustainable development goals for the benefit of the two peoples, peace, stability, and prosperity in each region and globally. The Vietnamese National Assembly is committed to creating legally favorable conditions for bilateral cooperation, strengthening parliamentary relations, and cooperating at multilateral forums. The Ethiopian Prime Minister affirmed that Vietnam is a trusted friend of the Ethiopian people, and the government is determined to open a new chapter in the Vietnam-Ethiopia cooperation relationship. The National Assembly Standing Committee gave opinions on a draft resolution allowing the Peopleocracy to pilot filing civil lawsuit to protect vulnerable groups and public interests on Wednesday. While supporting the initiative, the Standing Committee called for clearer definitions of public interest, a review of which vulnerable groups would be included, and a monitoring mechanisms. The discussions also highlighted legal loopholes while reviewing legal documents across areas overseen by the ethnic councils and the National Assembly committees in 2024. Those include a recent case involving 573 counterfeit milk powder products. These products used by high-risk groups like children, older adults, and cancer patients had unverifiable ingredients, raising public concern and the need for stronger legal safeguards. Coming up next on VTV News, Vietnam-China commenced 9th Border Defense Friendship Exchange. And Vietnam's airport used biometric and VNeID for flight check-ins.
When it comes to business, it's crucial to choose a smart location with global impact. And Vietnam might just be the location for you. Connect worldwide to advanced logistics networks. Smart Hub for technology and innovation. A dynamic business ecosystem. An environment with a competitive edge.
The 9th Vietnam-China Border Defense Friendship Exchange officially kicks off on Wednesday. The exchange began in the Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region in China. It will continue in the Lang Son province of Vietnam the following day. This year's event holds special significance as it coincides with the Vietnam-China Peoples-to-People Exchange Year, marking the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two nations and following the recent state visit to Vietnam by the Chinese General Secretary and President Xi Jinping. The exchange aims to strengthen political trust, deepen mutual understanding, and foster solidarity between the two militaries, local authorities, and communities, promoting a peaceful, stable, and cooperative border region. The biometric authentication system using facial recognition will be deployed at airports nationwide. This technology helps reduce airport human resources, save time on aviation procedures, and ensure security and safety. On Wednesday morning, this system was installed and tested at Nội International Airport.
This automatic security control gate only takes 10 to 20 seconds for each passenger to pass through. The facial recognition cameras installed at the gate verify each passenger's identity. If the biometric data matches, the door will open. These automatic doors are installed at security control points and aircraft access.
With the data being processed very closely and securely by airlines, we can be assured about the highest level of safety and authenticity for each passenger traveling by domestic airlines.
Currently, the VNEID application allows people to book air tickets, register for facial recognition, and complete flight procedures without any paperwork. Biometric data will be tracked at the National Population Database and connected to the airport data system.
This new process brings convenience to passengers. It is also a solution for us to reduce 20 to 30% of costs in passenger check-in or boarding gate stages. It also reduces personnel costs and increases efficiency for customers.
After Nội Bài and Tân Sơn Nhất, this technology will continue to be rolled out at Phú Bài, Cát Bi, Điện Biên airports. Per the Prime Minister's request, the goal is to apply biometric technology and VNEID at all airports this year.
After a rapid 2-year construction, Tân Sơn Nhất International Airport Terminal T3 is ready to receive its first flight on Thursday. This construction project is expected to usher in a new aviation infrastructure development phase for Ho Chi Minh City and the entire country.
Spanning over 112,500 square meters, Terminal 3 features a basement level and 4 above-ground floors, 90 traditional check-in counters, 20 self-baggage drop counters, 42 check-in kiosks, 27 boarding gates, and 25 security screening gates. Ahead of the operational launch, hundreds of engineers and workers are still busily inspecting and testing systems such as passenger boarding bridges, baggage carousels, and screening equipment. All efforts are to ensure a seamless and safe operation.
Following the Prime Minister's directive to work around the clock, day and night, all of us, from workers to engineers, have been working tirelessly with immense determination to complete the project by today. We aim to ensure our Vietnamese people can enjoy using such a modern terminal.
Terminal 3 is the first in Vietnam to implement biometric technology and artificial intelligence in its aviation procedures. This adoption helps save time and enhance the passenger experience.
We're collaborating with the Airports Corporation of Vietnam and the Department of Administrative Management of Social Order to implement biometrics for passengers using VNID and chip-based national ID cards.
With an annual capacity of 20 million passengers, Terminal 3 is expected to significantly ease pressure on Tan Son Nhat Airport.
Deputy Prime Minister Mai Văn-Chinh requested relevant authorities to effectively support the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in organizing the United Nations Vesak Day 2025 according to a site function, task and timelines. The Deputy Prime Minister made this statement while presiding over Wednesday meeting to review preparations for the celebration. He required relevant authorities to continue seriously and effectively implementing the directive of the Party Central Committee Secretariat and the Prime Minister. Accordingly, the celebration must be grand, respectful, and secure to leave a good impression on attending countries. This marked the 4th time Vietnam has hosted the UN Vesak Day. This year's celebration will be held in Ho Chi Minh City. Global integration has made it easier than ever for traditional craft villages to exchange knowledge and production expertise. At Phu Lang Pottery Village in Bắc Ninh, local artisans have spent over a year learning from and collaborating with Japanese masters. As a result, this 700-year-old village products have shown remarkable improvement.
For the first time, young artisans at Phu Lang Pottery Village in Bắc Ninh are working directly with craftsmen from Japan's Toho Pottery Village. Learning to shape small products represents a new skill for the villagers. The Japanese artisans see great potential for technical exchange, noting the similarities in innovation between the two villages.
Phu Lang Pottery Village is blessed with rich nature and diverse raw materials for pottery making. Therefore, I hope to collaborate with local artisans here to create new generation products for the pottery industry.
After the training sessions with Japanese artisans, Ching's workshop has undergone many changes. Instead of just making low-value items, she has started producing household pieces like bowls, dishes, and vases, areas where Japanese pottery excels. This has created new export opportunities for the traditional products of the village.
When the products were exhibited in Tokyo, Japan, they were highly praised by Japanese artisans, with great potential for export.
This transformation has created significant export opportunities. For example, tea sets with East Asian designs and vases featuring natural glazes are particularly popular in European markets.
Out of the 150 households in Fulang Pottery Village, 10 have already shifted to new production methods. Though this number is modest, it has inspired local people to adopt a new mindset toward enhancing their traditional products to meet modern demands.
We have next in our world news. U.S. raises tariff up to 245% on Chinese goods. And WHO countries reach a landmark agreement on tackling future pandemics. The United States will impose tariff of up to 245% on goods exported from China in response to Beijing's recent retaliatory measures. The new tariff were revealed in a document released by the White House late on April 15 local time, along with U.S. President Donald Trump's new executive order launching a national security investigation into imports of critical minerals. Responding to the latest U.S. move, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Lin Jian stated China stands at a press conference on Wednesday afternoon that there are no winners in tariff wars and trade wars. China does not want to fight, nor is afraid of fighting. If the U.S. wants to resolve the issue through dialogue and negotiation, it should stop its pressure and instead engage in negotiation with China based on equality, mutual respect, and reciprocity. Before the 245% tariff on China was announced, Asian stock market fell due to uncertainties from the trade confrontation between the two of the world's two largest economies. A series of coordinated attacks have hit prisons across France. These attacks are suspected to be linked to a government clampdown on drug traffickers. Unidentified individuals torched vehicles outside facilities, left cryptic messages, and attacked one prison with automatic weapons. Police note many similarities to drug gang tactics. Currently, France is battling organized drug trafficking, forcing the government to implement a strong government crackdown. The National Anti-Terrorism Prosecutor Office has taken over the investigations into the attacks. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg on Tuesday denied the U.S. Federal Trade Commission's allegations of illegal social media monopoly after spending billions to acquire Instagram and WhatsApp. Mark Zuckerberg argued that its purchases of the two platforms over 10 years ago have benefited users. The case, initiated by the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, alleges that Meta bought Instagram and WhatsApp to eliminate competitors that could have threatened its alleged monopoly in social networking space. Meta's lawyer argued that its platforms have many other competitors. Although Zuckerberg is no stranger to defending his company, the stake in his case may be higher than ever before. If the U.S. Federal Trade Commission is successful, Meta could be forced to restructure or sell Instagram and WhatsApp. Members of the World Health Organization reached an agreement to prepare the world for future pandemics after more than 3 years of negotiations, according to the organization on Wednesday. The agreement aims to avoid a repeat of the mistake made during the COVID-19 crisis. More to follow.
At the end of the meeting at the WHO headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland, WHO delegates finalized the 32-page document with absolute consensus on all agreement provisions. The core of the agreement is the pathogen access and benefit sharing system. This system allows for the swift sharing of pathogen data with pharmaceutical companies, enabling them to quickly start working on pandemic-fighting products.
Tonight marks a significant milestone in our shared journey toward a safer world. This achievement is not just a diplomatic success. I think some of you have already said that. It reflects your resilience, unity, and unwavering commitment to the health and well-being of people everywhere. By reaching this milestone together, you have made history and shown how powerful collaboration can be.
The agreement underscores the urgent need for global coordination as the world faces various health threats, from H5N1 bird flu to measles, monkeypox, and Ebola. Earlier in the negotiations, the parties had encountered many disagreements on a number of thorny issues. One contentious point during the negotiations was Article 11, which deals with the transfer of medical technologies to developing nations. Countries with large pharmaceutical industries have opposed the idea of compulsory technology transfer. However, this obstacle appears to have been removed by adding that any transfer would require mutual consent. The finalized text of the agreement is expected to be submitted for approval at the WHO's annual meeting next May.
And now, as usual, let's continue with the weather forecast. And that's it for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch the program, you can log on to vtvgo.vn or download our mobile application VTVgo. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.